You know that moment when you have to have a conversation you have been dreading for weeks? Maybe it is telling your parents you are quitting the job they are proud of. Maybe it is ending a relationship with someone who has not done anything wrong, you have just stopped growing together. Maybe it is standing up to someone at work, knowing it will cost you. And right before that moment, something happens to you. Your chest tightens, your mind goes blank, your body just refuses. 5,000 years ago, a guy named Arjun had that exact moment. Except his door was a battlefield, his difficult conversation a war, and the people on the other side were his own family, his teachers, people he loved. His hands started shaking, his bow slipped, he collapsed and said, "I cannot do this." And sitting right next to him was his friend, Krishna, who looked at him not with pity, not with judgment, and said, "Tell me everything." What followed is the Bhagavad Gita, the most honest conversation ever written about being human. Arjun was one of the greatest warriors alive. He had trained his whole life for this moment. The war is righteous, he knows that. His cause is just, he knows that too. But when he looks across the battlefield and sees his grandfather, his teachers, his cousins all on the other side, something breaks in him. This is not cowardice. This is a man torn between duty and love, between what is right and who he loves. And in the middle of a full-blown breakdown, he says, and these are his actual words, "I do not desire victory, Krishna, nor kingdom, nor pleasures. Of what use is kingdom to us? What is the point of life itself?" The greatest warrior of his age, asking what the point of life is. Sound familiar? The battlefield of Kurukshetra indicates that spirituality is not something in temples, but a reality we all are living in the present. It teaches how to handle the conflicts of human society in the battlefield of life. It illustrates that profound truths are most relevant when we are facing a crisis or internal conflict. The battlefield changes. The crisis does not. When doing the right thing means hurting someone you love, that paralysis is Arjun's moment. That is your moment. That is everyone's moment at some point in their life. And the Gita begins exactly there, at the lowest point. Not before it, not after it. Right in the middle of the breakdown. Krishna does not panic. He does not say, "It will be fine." He does not look away. He just stays present. And he starts talking. In this series, you will hear Krishna's voice a lot. And I want you to hear it not as a God speaking from above, but as the wisest person you have never met, sitting right next to you, finally saying the things nobody else will. Here is something most people miss about this story. The chariot is not just transport. In the Gita, you are the chariot, your body. Your senses are the 5 horses always pulling you somewhere, towards pleasure, away from pain, towards distraction, away from difficulty. And Krishna, the voice of wisdom, is the one who holds the reins. The whole Gita is a conversation happening inside you. It always was. The Bhagavad Gita is 700 verses across 18 chapters, but here is the simplest way to hold the whole thing in your head. Chapter 1. Arjun's breakdown. Your problem. Everyone's problem. Then Krishna offers 3 pathways out. Chapters 2 to 6. Karma Yoga. This is about action. How you work, how you make decisions, how you show up without losing yourself in the outcome. Chapters 7 to 12. Bhakti Yoga. This is about connection, devotion, the thing that gives your actions meaning, beyond just results. Chapters 13 to 18. Jnana Yoga. This is about understanding who you actually are beneath all the noise. 1 problem, 3 pathways, 18 chapters. We are going to walk through all of it together. After hearing everything Krishna said, Arjun did not go to a temple, did not become a monk, did not leave his life behind. He went back and did his job. That is the whole point of the Gita. It is not asking you to escape your life, it is asking you to finally live it. The Gita does not promise you a life without conflict. It does not promise peace at the cost of truth. What it gives you is a way to think when everything else stops making sense. A way to act when your hands are shaking. A way to stay when everything in you wants to run. In the next episode, we get into the real mechanics. Why you suffer, why you are anxious, why you keep making the same mistakes no matter how hard you try to change. And why, according to Krishna, that anxiety you feel might actually be the most important thing that has ever happened to you. See you in Krishna Speaks, Episode 2.